As you've heard us talk about already, we've had another really, really good year. And I'm not sure there's a whole lot I can say about last year that isn't already been said or printed in our reports. And no, that doesn't mean I'm done. So let me just say that from all the indications that I'm a witness to, that our parish is healthy and thriving. We continue to grow spiritually, numerically, and thankfully financially too. We have a visible presence in the community. We've gone beyond the four walls in such a way that we really make a difference now, especially with our mobile food pantries and things that we do. And we are headed in a direction that the bishop himself has said is a direction he'd like to see other parishes go. And as I look back at our journey together, I believe the same thing as does the bishop, another observation of his, that the years of scarcity of spirit, of hope, of money, that once gripped many in our parish is now behind us. And what lies ahead of us is really exciting. And I know that the bishop's confidence in us and the work we are doing to be a visible presence in and around the base, in Bellevue, in the greater Omaha area, in the diocese, that confidence is real. And maybe that is why we continue to be invited to be partners in diocesan formational ministries such as Resurrection House, Youth Outreach, and the evolving seminarian intern program. As we step into 2015, we're going to continue doing what we do well, sharing the love of Christ in a way that draws people to a relationship with God and one another. Our biggest challenge that we face is being so focused on what we are doing that we will miss an opportunity that pops up to do even more. Now, I know there are some here, and some that aren't here, that really believe we're doing so much already. And they ask, how can we stretch beyond what we're already doing? And I was reminded of my own words of a couple years ago, that we can't do everything, and that we should focus our energy on doing some things really, really well. And while I agree that our parish has many members who are deeply involved in one or more ministries, there are many in our parish who are not. And as new people join our community, we need to find a way to enable them to live out their ministry, the ministry to which God is calling them. And as our community grows, God provides us with new gifts and new talents to help build up the body of Christ. If all we do is try to fit someone into an existing ministry, doing things the way we have always done them, instead of identifying their gifts and talents and helping them use them in the most effective and fulfilling way, we miss a great opportunity. And in the end, they will likely go somewhere else to where they feel needed and where they can grow in their relationship with God through ministry that they feel is needed and that is meaningful to them. So that's why next week, while our vestry is on retreat, we will be looking at how we welcome and engage the visitor. Engaging those in our parish who, for whatever reason, are not involved actively in our parish life. And by identifying the barriers that keep people at arm's reach, our hope is that we can not only overcome them, but to remove them. And in doing so, help visitors and members alike live more fully into their shared and individual ministries. Not just those ministries that we identify, but the ministries that emerge as a parish. And that was one of the things our strategic plan was supposed to help us do. Now's that time to implement that plan and to take another step of faith in the direction that God is leading us. When I first came here, I said that part of my job was to help people or to find a place where the needs of the church met the passions of the individual. And why was that important? Because, as we all know, if we don't enjoy doing what we're doing, we're not going to do it for very long, if at all. But if we love what we're doing, It's not work. It's ministry. And the potential for ministry that brings together needs and passions is enormous. And while some people may get excited about that, there are others who are afraid. Afraid because what they know may somehow change. Now, we all know that change can be both good and bad, and that change for the sake of change is meaningless. Yet we also know change is inevitable. Just look around. The face of our community has changed. Some have moved away, others have joined us, and our needs and abilities have changed too. And recognizing these changing needs and abilities keeps us from resting too long in one place, being too comfortable, and keeps us moving in a direction that the bishop and I see the Spirit leading us. It is my prayer that as our year progresses and the changing needs and abilities of our parish are identified, we will be open to experimenting with different ways of living out our shared and individual ministries. As we listen to the ideas of those who join us, those who bring fresh eyes, new passions, discerning hearts to ministries that may challenge the way we do things today, we may find some of these experiments don't work. But that's okay. It's better to try something and learn that it's not what we expected than to not try at all. Thomas Edison once said, many of you may remember this, I didn't fail 100 times. I found out 100 ways that didn't work. It's about attitude. Besides, to simply dismiss an idea a person offers us just because it's different, just because it doesn't fit our paradigm, dismisses the person. And a person who feels unneeded or unwanted often goes to a place where they are. Or worse, becomes disillusioned with this whole idea of building relationship, deepening relationships. And when this happens, we miss an opportunity to help them make a connection with God through Jesus Christ that could have changed their life forever and the lives of those they meet along their own journey. So as we work to put together implementation of our strategic plan, let us do so in faith. Faith that what we do is going to work. And if not, the strength to go back and try it a different way. So even if we tried something a couple of years ago, even if we know it didn't work then, or what we're going to try to do seems really different and outside the box, go with it. Try it. Let us try to remember this in doing so, that the needs and gifts we once had aren't necessarily the gifts and needs we have today. They're different. And that means the outcome might be different too. Who knows unless we try? We might just find that with God, all things really are possible. Thank you.